In the remote waters of the East Sea, shrouded in the heavy mist of the unknown, a series of eerie events began to unfold. It was December, the time of year when the sea whispered secrets through the cold, biting winds. I, Alexei Ivanov, was a seasoned Russian fisherman, familiar with the harsh whims of the ocean, but nothing could have prepared me for the chilling mystery that the sea was about to reveal. Our trawler, the Siberian Seagull, was navigating the icy waters near the maritime border with North Korea, an area usually avoided by sailors, known for its treacherous currents and unnerving solitude. That evening, as the fog rolled in, thick and suffocating, a strange silhouette emerged from the mist. At first it seemed like a trick of the light, but as we drew closer, the ghostly outline of a ship became unmistakable. It was an old wooden fishing boat, decrepit and seemingly abandoned, drifting aimlessly. Curiosity overcame caution and we decided to investigate. Boarding the vessel was like stepping into a frozen moment in time. The deck was eerily silent save for the creaking of old wood and the distant call of seagulls. A chill ran down my spine as we discovered the remnants of the crew's belongings: a half-finished meal, a jacket draped over a chair, a fishing rod leaning against the rail, but no sign of life, no crew. As we scoured the ship for clues, we stumbled upon the logbook. The entries were routine at first, but as we flipped through the pages, the captain's words grew increasingly frantic, filled with mentions of shadows in the water and an unshakable feeling of being watched. The final entry was nothing but an unnerving scribble, as if written in a state of utter panic. That night, back on the Siberian Seagull, the atmosphere was tense. The crew spoke in hushed tones about the legends of ghost ships from the north, vessels that appeared and disappeared in the mist, carrying with them tales of despair from a distant, secretive land. Some whispered of defectors, others of sinister fates befalling those who dared to escape. The following day brought no respite. As the dawn broke, we noticed several more ships, all similar in their decrepit state, emerging from the fog. It was as if the sea had decided to unveil its hidden graveyard of phantom vessels. Each ship bore the same haunting emptiness, a story of escape and loss etched into their weathered frames. Our journey soon turned into a harrowing ordeal. The ships seemed to follow us, appearing and vanishing in the thick mist. One night, as a dense fog enveloped us, an ungodly sound pierced the air, a distress signal from one of the ghost ships. Against all reason, we decided to answer the call. Boarding the vessel, we were met with a sight that would haunt me forever. Amidst the abandoned gear and personal effects, we found a diary. Its pages told a harrowing tale of escape, of a crew desperately seeking freedom, pursued by shadows both real and imagined. The diary ended abruptly with a chilling warning: "They are watching even now." As we returned to our ship, a sense of dread hung over us. The mist seemed to close in, suffocating, alive with whispered threats. That night, a dense fog descended upon the Siberian Seagull, and I awoke to find myself alone. The crew vanished, leaving behind a ship as silent and deserted as those we had found. Now I drift, lost in the mist, a lone witness to the haunting secret of the Phantom Fleet. The East Sea keeps its mysteries, and I, Alexei Ivanov, have become part of its legend, a ghostly sailor in the company of spectral ships, forever sailing in the shadows of the unknown. Title: Beneath the Waves, the Last Stand of the HMS Valiant. In the vast, unyielding expanse of the Pacific Ocean, whispers of the past echo through the waves, telling a tale of heroism shrouded in the mystery of wartime. My name is Alexander McKinnon, a naval historian dedicated to piecing together the enigmatic story of the HMS Valiant, a Royal Navy corvette whose fate in the tumultuous year of 1942 has captivated and mystified generations. The Valiant, with her sturdy frame and battle-scarred hull, embarked on what would become her final mission during the Second World War. Under the command of Captain Jonathan Hargrave, a seasoned leader known for his unyielding resolve and ironclad discipline, the ship was tasked with escorting a crucial convoy from the shores of Australia to the beleaguered front lines in the East Indies. The crew, a diverse tapestry of seasoned sailors and young, spirited men, braced themselves for the perilous journey ahead. Among them was Edward Teddy McLean, the first mate, whose youth belied a fierce spirit and sharp mind. Teddy's rebellious nature often put him at odds with Captain Hargrave, creating an undercurrent of tension that rippled through the crew. Yet his undeniable courage and quick thinking made him a figure of quiet admiration among his shipmates. The voyage commenced under a sky of deceptive calm, the sun casting a golden sheen over the rolling waves. But as the Valiant sailed closer to the treacherous waters near Timor, the ominous rumble of warplanes shattered the peace. In an instant, the serene seascape transformed into a maelstrom of destruction, as enemy bombers descended upon the convoy with lethal intent. Amidst the chaos, the Valiant took a direct hit, its sturdy frame rocked by the force of the impact. The ship, mortally wounded, began its descent into the depths. It was then that Teddy, despite his own wounds, rose to an act of extraordinary valor. Strapping himself to the anti-aircraft gun, he became a solitary sentinel against the onslaught, his gun blazing a trail of defiance as the ship sank beneath him. In the aftermath, tales of survival and loss emerged from the survivors, 48 hours adrift at sea, clinging to life on makeshift rafts. The crew recounted Teddy's last stand, a shining moment of bravery that burned bright against the backdrop of despair. Decades passed, and the legend of the Valiant grew. Whispered among sailors and historians, her story became a symbol of courage in the face of insurmountable odds. Now, as rumors of the ship's imminent discovery near Timor-Leste surface, a race against time begins. The Valiant's resting place, a sacred tomb for those who perished, is at risk of being plundered by modern-day treasure hunters. As I delve deeper into this quest, I am driven by a need to honor the memory of Teddy McLean and his shipmates. The Valiant's watery grave, if found, could answer long-standing questions and bring closure to families of the lost. But the ocean, with its enigmatic depths, guards its secrets jealously. Join me on this journey of discovery, where history and mystery intertwine beneath the waves. Together, we will explore the saga of the HMS Valiant, her crew's bravery, and the enduring legacy of their sacrifice. A haunting and poignant reminder of the unyielding spirit of those who have sailed into the heart of war. Title: Echoes from the Ice, the Lost Secret of the HMS Frostgrave. In the perpetual twilight of the Arctic, where the boundary between myth and reality blurs, lies a story that has echoed through the ice for over 160 years. My name is Emily Dawson, an Arctic historian and explorer, dedicated to unraveling the enigma of the HMS Frostgrave. This vessel, a sister ship to the ill-fated HMS Erebus, embarked on an audacious voyage to chart the unexplored waters of the Northwest Passage and vanished without a trace in 1845. Our journey began under the auspices of the Global Arctic Research Initiative, a collective of historians, archaeologists, and adventurers drawn to the mysteries of the polar realms. Our destination was a remote, ice-choked bay in Nunavut, whispered among the Inuit to be the final resting place of a spectral ship. Legend held that Captain Sir Richard Hawke, the enigmatic commander of the Frostgrave, carried with him a secret, an ancient artifact of unknown origins shrouded in superstition and fear. It was said to be a relic of untold power, retrieved from the depths of the Arctic during a previous expedition. But as the cruel Arctic winter descended, the Frostgrave, along with her crew, slipped into the realm of ghosts and legends, guided by fragmented tales from an elder Inuit, who spoke of a ship's mast hauntingly protruding from the ice many years ago. We made a groundbreaking discovery. Using advanced technology, we sent a remotely operated vehicle through a fissure in the ice. There, preserved in the icy depths, lay the Frostgrave. Her structure was eerily intact, as if she had been waiting for us, suspended in time. The ROV's journey into the Frostgrave was like traversing a frozen mausoleum. Each cabin told a story of life abruptly ceased. A game of cards left mid-play, a violin resting against an unmade bunk, letters penned but never sent. The mess hall was a tableau of a last meal, plates and cups scattered in disarray, the echo of final conversations lingering in the frozen air. In the captain's quarters, chaos reigned among sea charts and personal effects. Captain Hawke's diary, its pages brittle and faded, was a chronicle of a descent into madness. The captain wrote of an oppressive unseen force emanating from the artifact, of shadowy figures stalking the decks, and a pervasive sense of doom that gripped the crew. Venturing deeper, we discovered the sealed chamber, its door mysteriously ajar. Inside, among an array of archaic relics, the artifact sat enshrined on a pedestal. Its runes glimmered ominously, casting an otherworldly glow. As we reached to claim it, a spectral figure darted across the ROV's camera, vanishing into the darkness, a silent sentinel guarding its forbidden treasure. The storm above mirrored the turmoil below. As we surfaced with the artifact, the ice groaned and shifted ominously, as though the Arctic itself was angered by our intrusion. Our vessel, the Aurora Seeker, became a haven of eerie occurrences. Shadows flickered in the corners of eyes. Whispers echoed down empty corridors, and the artifact pulsed with a malevolent energy. Captain Hawke's diary unveiled the tragic saga of the Frostgrave's final days. Driven by an obsession with the artifact, he had steered the ship into a maelstrom of supernatural horror. The crew, once rational men of the sea, fell prey to paranoia and despair, their humanity eroding as swiftly as their hope. Now, as I recount this tale, the secrets of the HMS Frostgrave loom over us. The artifact, a relic of an age-long past, holds truths yet to be uncovered. But with each day, the line between the known and the arcane grows thinner. In the desolate beauty of the Arctic, the Frostgrave lies in wait, a chilling testament to the folly of man's reach exceeding his grasp.